guys, Little Nightmares 3 is announced! And we have to wait for it. I don't want to wait for it. This is why I rebuilt the whole Little Nightmares 3 world so that we can play before release.
ClayClaim.
It all starts with marionettes, because we want to play with them, we want to let them solve riddles and walk through the levels. I've done this with Mano and Six, and today with Lo. I can't wait to get my hand on Lo. He's pretty much the same size than Mano, and I want to make him fully articulable. This means we need some joints, tiny joints, which we connect with screws and some clay to create a tiny beautiful puppet. I first saw Lo on Gamescom this year in Germany, where he was walking around, well, an actor. And it caught my attention. This weird mask, the bow, and his clothing made him so unique. And I knew I wanted to create him with clay. You guys have been asking for follow-up tutorials on the Little Nightmares series for years now. And my videos, which I have done with Teacher, The Hunter, Mono and Six, also made so much fun because at the end we had a playable puppet. And we could actually play Little Nightmares on the table. Today it will be all a little bit bigger. Not in terms of size, this one is quite tiny, but the level. In the studio I got help from Crystal and also Morris, and they have done an amazing job on building a level, which you will see in a minute. For now, I try to put everything together, that the joints still are movable, some imprints with fabric makes it more realistic, and for the scarf I chose this bright blue color. Not really sure if we will keep it, but let's work with it for now and put him into the oven. Meanwhile, I worked again on the legs, because I didn't really like the way I did them just before. So this time I tried to make them thinner. I have the feeling that this is too thin and will break too easily. Maybe we should fill in a wire for support. Let's slide the foot onto the wire. That was the noodle machine. Crystal is working in the background on the next Little Nightmares creation. This pretty much looks like Lo, and I'm really happy how the legs look, so that they are way thinner than before. And with a needle, we make the legs movable. We now have joints. I try to make sure that the clay is not sticking the joints together. And with some blue and red, we work on tiny decorational elements, which Lo is wearing. Probably it will be important within the story, which we hear in the game. But for now, it's just a beautiful detail. The hands should be able to hold stuff. Therefore, I'm putting in tiny screws, which work perfectly well with magnets. And now we can fit them onto the joints and continue with the first level piece.
This piece of furniture is going to be as real as possible so that if we were tiny like the marionettes, we could sit on it and it wouldn't fall apart. Our favorite choice for this kind of work is balsa wood because you can just mold it like you want with a knife and yeah, it's so easy. Look at this. I love these tiny needles. We always use a reference for this stool, for example, the cover picture of the Little Nightmares 3 game.
I continue with Lo, with the most important body part, which makes him so characteristic, the head and also the mask, and both should be movable, because the head is the body part which makes a marionette alive and makes her choose a direction where to go and where to look. In this case, it's pretty simple. We have the face, which only consists of some lips and the 2 ears. And then we work on the mask, which is a mixture of white and Sahara clay. It gets folded right in the middle and looks like a bird beak, a raven's beak, I assume, because the raven plays an important role in the trailer. For the eyes, I am just marking where the eyes will be in the final mask. And after oven hardening, we will do the final work on it. Look at that. First time we see him full size. Carefully, I'm removing the clay in the eye holes. And to get exact round shapes, I'm using the drill. Wow, this was the inside filling of the head. All we now have to do is getting the beak into shape, making him a little bit sharper. I hope I don't injure myself. This has happened in the past. Looking good for now. Let's attach the head to the neck by using another screw. And we will stick a needle through the hole. Looks like I injured the puppet this time. But nothing we can't fix with a little bit of super glue and some bandages. The clay part is officially finished, the puppet can move, but we need some different materials now. For our gameplay we need some items which Lo can actually grab because they're magnetic. And this is one of the items which is, well, which can't miss in a Little Nightmares game, the key. Later on the idea is that it is hanging from the top and that Lo has to figure out a way how to get him. For the cape of Lo, I wanted to use some real fabric for authentic look. We have bright blue, dark blue, and this dirty one. I think I go with this one, but giving it some love first. I'm already thinking about how to create Alone, the second main character from Little Nightmares 3, and I've got to tell you, I can't wait to see both of them holding hands. I'm not sure what you think about this, but certain characters just belong together, like Mano and Six, and it felt complete once I created Six. To join forces. This time it's pretty similar, I guess. For the hair I'm using some dark brown wool, which I am drilling together and now gluing it with some hot glue sauce with my hot glue gun onto the head. It gets this characteristic look of the hair. And now with this needle we can lock the mechanism and the figurine is finished. Almost. With the stick in the head and the strings attached to the hands, I will be able to play him and interact with the level which we have built for him. Not really sure how good this will work. This is one last item for the level and then we have one last character detail. This is probably the most iconic one which we have seen in the trailer.
I have the honor to build this mysterious mirror. Yes, have you seen in the trailer there is a shadow at some point of one of the past characters? Yeah, there was a YouTube video that explained this, all the mysteries of the trailer. That was pretty interesting. So I can't wait to play that game. So for this mirror I used golden Fimo, as you see, to resemble this wood. For the mirror itself, I used 3 different layers. This is the aluminum foil, cut into pieces and put onto a black background, and then the plexiglass that we just cut or pretend to cut. The cracks can be made without cutting it altogether. It makes it easy to just put it on. Sorry.
I promised one last character detail. This one is not really, well, it's attached to him. It's a weapon. It's the bow. And on Gamescom, the character playing low was always running around with it. I included a magnet out of obvious reasons so that he can hold it, because we put magnetic screws into the hands of the puppet. And first time I'm trying it out, it works.
Don't miss the next Little Nightmares 3 videos. Hit the bell, subscribe guys. Take good care. Bye.